Good morning. Welcome to At Your Service on KLAX TV.
Thank you for tuning in to today's edition of At Your Service. Today I'm joined by Thomas Force. He's with the Alexandria Fire Prevention Bureau. You know, the holidays are here, winter's starting up, people are starting to fire up fireplaces, packages, Christmas trees.
Right.
It's always important to think about fire prevention, but especially true at this time of the year, right?
Absolutely.
So what kind of things do folks need to pay attention to that they may overlook at this time of the year?
Well, the biggest thing is space heaters, because it's colder. The house heater may not be working as well, and they always use space heaters to compensate for that. Make sure if you're using a space heater that it's at least 3 feet away from anything combustible, you know, a bed, curtains, anything. Watch out for pets, make sure they don't play around them. The right way to do it is to turn the space heaters off when you're not at home or when you go to bed. Because you can't watch them while you're asleep, and you sure can't watch them when you're not home.
Correct.
And case in point, we just had a very bad house fire the other day where it was caused by a space heater too close to a bed. And
your indication in visiting before we went on air was that it's not only important to turn the heater off, but you should unplug it.
Absolutely. If it's an electric space heater, when you're not using it, it should be unplugged, because there still is always a potential something could happen, especially if you got pets that like to chew on stuff. But like with Christmas coming up, people are decorating. You know, they got decorations, sometimes candles. Anything that's running electricity or an open flame is dangerous.
Right.
You got to watch the kids, watch the pets, even watch ourselves, and make sure they're being safe when they're using them.
So, and of course with Christmas trees up, some folks are using artificial trees, some folks are using natural trees. There's some fire hazards associated with that.
Right. On the real trees, they want to make sure you keep them watered daily. Check them daily, sometimes twice a day. And the further you get into the Christmas season, you want to check it more often, because they're gonna continually dry out even though you put water in them. But if you keep them filled, they're less likely to get dried out to the point where they're actually dangerous. Turn the lights off when you're not there, because even though the light doesn't put out a lot of heat, it can put out enough heat eventually. If you let it run all the time, you could have a fire, even a small one. Right. But just got to be safe and think about what you're doing. Watch the kids. You know, anytime you're putting up Christmas decorations, if you haven't started already, check the insulation on the cords. If it's cracked or it's broken, throw them away, go get some new ones. If they have a question locally and they want to call someone, they can call my office and speak to any of my inspectors or investigators. I'll be more than glad to help them out.
All right, well, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
And you guys be safe out there and have a great holiday season. That wraps up today's edition of At Your Service.